Man, how y'all spending Father's Day? Hoping y'all have a blessed Father's Day. My Father's Day, of course, is gonna be ass because first off, I don't know where my daughter's shoes are. It's not ass because I can't find her shoes. It's ass because I gotta go to the hospital. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. I gotta run around. Now, being a father is not hard. It's actually easy, man. But being my kid's father is hard. Not because being a father is hard, because the mothers make it hard for me. See, my daughter has an infection in her mouth, right? Come from cavities, right? So she's always sickly. And really, people act like they don't know why. It's because she has something rotting in her mouth. And her immune system can't fight it off because she's already suffering from asthma. Now, another thing is she's constantly dealing with that funk in her mouth. Like, she just don't have the right bacteria in her mouth at all. Because I promise you, it smells like a shit factory. Constructed in her mouth. And it's messed up. And I really don't mean to make fun of it because this is my daughter. But at the same time, it's the only way I could deal with the stress, man. Like, I know it gotta be something like triggering her to the point where she has to go to the ICU. Now, when you have to go to the ICU with your daughter, right? Because the mother can't handle being a mother, it's frustrating. Trust me. Like, it pisses me off to no end. Because it's like, I know what I have to do. I could easily do it, no problem. But I'm her mother, so with that being said, it is not gonna be easy. It's just not. It's not. But what's gonna happen is I'ma constantly have to like fix problems her mother done made. That's pretty much it. Like, I'd rather just like stay cool, relax. I ain't got no problems. Chill out. That's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Just not gonna happen. Because her mother is her mother. The easiest way to like explain everything, man. It's nothing I can do. Because I do my best to try to keep things going in the right direction. And that gets offset because I gotta deal with the mothers and the way they want to raise the kids. Now, what pisses me off is when a female wants to raise her child the way she want to raise her child, she can. Just know that when you raise a child the way you want to, you're doing it by yourself. I don't know why that's so freaking hard to like comprehend. Like you cannot have somebody's child and be like, okay, this as far as their like how they should be raised is my concern. You just sit there and support me. No, that's not how it goes. It goes like this. We work together to raise this child, or we don't work together at all. That's how it should be legally. It's fair is fair. They want to talk about the birds and the bees, or women want to talk about asserting their dominance or whatever the case is. Like let's revert back to the time where that never was the case. Like the society is built off of the one that men define, not the one that women define, the one that men define. All right. Chuck, black people, same thing, man. You living in a white society. Like, now people keep trying to talk about fair and being free. You gotta go and create your own society for that, man. You know what I mean? You can work with these people and earn your respect, but you can't do it with your hand out. When they went to war for theirs, like it's just real simple, elementary, my dear Watson stuff. But you can't explain this to these people. They're like for real retarded. Like you would think that retarded never really existed, right? And then you talk to these people and you like, wow. Yo, like you learn something new every day. Cause it's like, man, people can't be this slow. And they are. And they're ridiculously slow. It's so slow it's almost as if we're in a constant loop of in reality to try to fix the stupid. Because it's stupid. It's not regular stupid. It's, oh my God. Yeah. For real, it's like, oh my God. She's stupid. I'm telling you, man, it pisses me off, man, sometimes. To no end, because it's like, honest to God, like you sincerely don't have to be that stupid. Like you have a choice. Being stupid is a decision, but you can't tell people that, man, because it's like, what? You think I want to be stupid? Like, yeah, of course you want to be stupid, because if you're doing something stupid on purpose, you damn sure ain't trying to be smart. Like, I don't know how to explain all of the basic fundamentals of the situation, but it is what it is. On Father's Day, I can't even see all my kids. All my kids ain't even say Happy Father's Day to me, man. And you know how that makes me feel? Like they my damn kids. Like I completely understand them, man. They like, man, according to reality, something is wrong with this whole situation. It is, man. If they listen to me, like I understand why people feel some type of way about me. It's like, damn, Kai. Like, you technically put yourself in this position because you just didn't care, and I didn't. I honestly didn't care. Like, that's what's hurting me. Because it's like, if you knew how this whole situation with these kids came about, you would realize, like, neither did these bitches. And then it's like, okay, y'all didn't care. He didn't care. So why would you have kids? Like, like over words? Like, you was really on some, like, yo, it's like, I was the only dumb one running up in the mall, basically. Or one of the only dumb ones. Because there was a couple of times where the child was not mine and their math was off. Like, that's how females be swearing they know everything. They be timing like, yo, I was mad at him for this week. So I had sex with this guy this week. And the week my body started changing. So it's him. Like, that's how it works. I don't care what nobody say, man. When I found out the truth, I couldn't understand why females was running their mouth about men being dogs, period. Like, I was like, yo, females are a lot worse. They just don't talk about it. They just talk about what men do. And as soon as men start talking about females, man, even the men coming to their defense, they was coming at me on my page, telling myself, oh, I was with him until I found out how many kids he had, how many baby mothers he had. They're like, it's your fault. I honestly didn't think these hoes was going to do or make the decisions they made. Because there wasn't no reason to make them. Like, I thought people did things because it made sense. Because that makes sense. How in the world do somebody who always makes sense believe in things not making sense when that's how I came to be? Like when if I jump off a bike and I'm not paying attention and I hurt myself, it makes sense because I wasn't paying attention. Like if I trip and I fall, it makes sense because I wasn't watching where I was going. Like certain things make sense. Like when you were playing with fire and you get burned, okay, it makes sense because I was playing with fire and I got burned. These kids, not one of these goddamn kids, not one makes any goddamn sense to me. Like it does. Like neither they didn't love me. Oh, I did. They first it's either they knew I didn't want this child, they knew I was under the impression they was on birth control, and they knew I knew that they wasn't taking me seriously or anything. Like they was still free as a bird doing them, and I'm like, man, you like in a situation like that, you don't have kids just because you don't want to get an abortion. You want to punish yourself, fine. Don't drag me into the punishment with you. Cause I'm just guilty by association. Like, yeah, I was punishing myself, but you the father, so I can't punish myself for being the whore, but I could punish us for me being the whore. Because had I not fucked you, I wouldn't have got pregnant with this child. You should have pulled out. Now you're gonna suffer. You know what I mean? Because that's the code. That's just a rule. It's a rule. Like if you don't pull out, you have to suffer for the rest of your life, even though. My father broke the damn rule. My father broke the rule. His father before broke the damn rule. Breaking rule ass motherfuckers. I'm the only motherfucker that obeyed the rules. I'm over here like, yeah, I gotta be there for mine. My ancestors shaking their head at me like, you stupid motherfucker. Them bitches about to drive you through hell listening to these dumbass bitches. You think you supposed to be a man. You gonna be a dumb man. Like, who gives a fuck what they call you? In the end of the day, somebody gonna give you pussy. Somebody gonna think they can change you. Why? Because bitches are stupid like that. How you know bitches stupid like that? Because they go in the corners and fuck with niggas that are, like, they pledge their allegiance to their flag. And they wanna shoot everybody in the United States of America. Like, even the Republic and whoever stands, man, one gun, you know what I mean, under God, you know what I mean, make sure everybody divisible. Like, I'm not, no disrespect to my national anthem, because I'm a veteran. It's just like, that's how they go by. And it's like, these females, they fuck with them and then eventually want them to change. Like, he a player, he a whore. You don't want him to be a player and a whore no more, but you got with him because he was the big player, big whore. So you purposely went into this man's life to fuck his whole shit up because you didn't want, like you like him for that, but you want him to change for you. That's what a bitch wants. She wants somebody to change for her. So she goes to the corner. She like, yeah, I want to turn this killer into a freaking uh an asset to society that'll kill for me. You understand? I'm just sitting over there just thinking to myself, like, yo, none of that shit makes any fucking sense. Then you realize that bitches don't make sense, and then everything starts making fucking sense. Because you can't make sense out of nonsense, but you gotta fuck with nonsense to make sense. That shit don't make sense until you realize that bitches just actually sometimes just don't, like, they're not supposed to make sense. Only the men are supposed to make sense. Like, it makes sense to have sex with him because he's gonna benefit the family, or it makes sense to do this, or it makes sense to do that. You know what I mean? Bitches are mad because they don't know how to make sense out of any fucking thing. Like, they're completely retarded. Like, there's bitches partially retarded, half retarded, semi-retarded, like anywhere between 1 and 90% retarded, but they're not 100% retarded. But there are people who can actually turn from 0% to 100%. And God was like, I'm going to send these bitches your way. I'll let you deal with this shit. You going to have a baby mother. You going to tell her that you trying to get your life together, and she's going to be the first one to fuck your whole life up by saying she wants to change what the fuck you want to do with your shit to what she want you to do with your shit. Yeah, that's how these bitches move. Like, yeah, you want some pussy, you gotta do all of this. And I was like, nah, I just want some pussy. I never promised a bitch shit. I just worked my way around that shit. And I thought that me not promising the bitch shit, I wasn't gonna get shit in return. And I was wrong. Because I was beating around the bush the whole fucking time. And the bitch was like, you want some pussy? Da da da. I'm like, yeah, I ain't agreeing to none of that shit, but I got dick. Look, I got dick. You want some dick? You want some dick? Like, yeah, nigga, But no. And I was like, yeah, I know. Yeah. You know what you told me. Just weird shit. Bitches told me they was gonna get an abortion, or they was on birth control. They was allergic to prophylactics. People just looking like, Kai, you cannot go through everything like that. Like, life doesn't just work. That's the fuck it does. There's people with no living relatives because shit just sometimes just go fucked up for people, man. Like, you're not gonna sit up there and tell a man with no family members he didn't lose somebody he loved and held dear every year when he fucking did. Like, he was at the funeral, like, every year he was sitting over there like, God, why are you doing this to me? And God was sitting over there like, man, everybody drew straws. Your ancestors drew straws for you. Everybody was out here drawing straws. And I was like, who life I'm about to fuck all the way up right now? And the Robinsons pulled the motherfucking shortest straw. With that being said, they got it. You understand? That's not really what happened, but shit happens, and it feels like that. Like your next door neighbor come up on your ass. They rich and you poor, but y'all was in the same situation. You looking at your next door neighbor like, yo, this motherfucker was a dickhead, stealing and doing all this bullshit. And how the fuck they get blessed with being rich? Look up and God over there, like I said to the Robinsons, man. Like, with a Robinson now. People out here drawing straws. Like, they got the long one. Evidently, they got that big old long straw that said millions of dollars. Because life is fair whether you believe it or not. You know what I mean? It's just like, every dog has its day, man. Some dogs don't live to see that day. Because of them damn straws. And people just don't get it, man. It's just, like, I knew I'd draw a fucked up straw. You know what I mean? But I just don't believe that bitches have to be this fucking retarded. Like, I be just staring out into space sometimes. Just like, yo. Like, this bitch really tells my son I don't love him because I don't spend all my money to go to Atlanta, Georgia to see one child. When all the rest of my kids was in New Jersey. Then Loyalty moved to South Carolina. Serenity moved to Orlando, Florida. But you know how life is when you got like when I say retarded baby mother, yo. I'm gonna be 100% honest. Tiana is fucking retarded. She's so fucking retarded. She passed off everything she knew about being fucking retarded to her daughter. This is the shit you prevent your child from having. The problems you have. The only way you can prevent your child from having the same problems as you is by preventing them from doing exactly the shit that causes you problems in your life. If you knew you had a problem with lying, make sure you don't lie around your child and teach her these things. If these things that you have been dealing with, like lying, caused you pain and suffering, because you finna set your child up for fucking failure. But evidently what I'm saying is like a whole different language, or like a part of reality that doesn't exist in reality or something. Because I'm telling you, bro, all you need is common sense to know that your life ain't going the way you want it to go, and it's because of you. Like, it's because of the decisions you fucking made. Like, I'm feeling this way right now because I didn't pull out. Like, if I pulled out, man, I'd be rich, man. Because I was always after the money, bro. I would be rich. Bitches are distractions, nigga. I don't give a like, these females be thinking you want to chase after they ass all the fucking time. No, bitch, I want money. And when I get horny, I just want to be able to bust that nut and go about my business. You could be the only person in my circle, only bitch I'm fucking. All you have to do is don't stress me the fuck out. Make me feel like I'm your man. You can't make me feel like you can get any man you fucking want and don't think I'm gonna be out there fucking any bitch that I want. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you just said it yourself. You get any nigga you want. With that type of mentality, I'm gonna be under the impression that I am beneath you or something. Like, I don't need you. I replace you the next day. Well, shit, I ain't that fucking important. The fuck am I paying? Like, what the fuck I care? What the fuck you do? But that's me. These other niggas try to be me and they fuck me up because all they do is give these other bitches the impression that niggas can say that shit but don't mean it. Nah, I'm not like you bitches. I'm not like them dumbass niggas. I say what the fuck I mean. I just hate when a bitch call me after she didn't mean what the fuck she say and expect me to go back on my word too. And I do have to go back on my word because it's like, damn, bitch, I thought I was over. Like, I don't like hurting people's feelings. Like, once I hurt your feelings, I'm like, all right, mission complete. Done. Like, bitch, you came back for seconds. I'm like, shit, man. I believe so much in God and karma, man. I'm going to have to pass you and forgive you because I don't want God to not forgive me when I do fucking wrong. And these bitches be looking at me like, yeah, I got him. He don't want to leave this pussy alone. No, I do want to leave that pussy alone. I want to leave all of you alone. But you keep fucking calling me and thinking that I want to hurt your fucking feelings. Like, I don't want to hurt your feelings. Like, why don't you just hurt my feelings? Because you have my fucking child. Like, Tasha think that every time I answer that fucking phone, it's because I want to talk to her. And I could tell. And I be like, yo, I want to tell this bitch, if it ain't about Kai, don't call my phone. But I told her this shit already. I told her this shit more than once. The bitch don't fucking listen. And I realized that the more I say fucked up shit, the more these bitches call me the fuck back. So it's like, damn, Kai, you just gotta be nonchalant and not say nothing to hurt their fucking feelings, and you'll never have nothing to fucking worry about. But then that could go either way, because a bitch could be like, yeah, I'm gonna just bother this motherfucker when I like. It's like standing up to a bully, right, and expecting him to respect you because you stood up for yourself. But now all that motherfucker want to do is try to be your friend when you really don't want to be this motherfucker's friend because that motherfucker used to be your bully. Like, the fuck out of here. Like, you pick on me all the fucking time, man. I know who the real you is. Now that you done changed your mind, you want to look at me differently, bitch. The only reason why you're looking at me differently because of how I'm looking at you now. So we got to keep things the way it is. Like, you try to bully me, I'll let you know I can't be bullied, and we go our separate fucking ways. Every time you see me, just remember, you can't bully me because I'm going to let you, and respect that, and we go our separate ways. Nobody got to be your motherfucking friend all the fucking time. Know what I mean? If they don't feel like it, especially if you're a bitch. Man, these bitches here, boy. They're painting the unborn ass. Like, how the fuck are you even capable of doing that? Like, the child ain't even here and the child is pissed. Like, how the fuck did you do that to the baby? The fuck? Like, it's just real crazy, man. It's crazy, man. I can't see all my kids. Females calling my phone that won't let me see my kids, but think that I want to argue back and forth with them. Like, yo, we only have a problem because you want to do what you want with our kids and I pay for it. That's like you ride around in a car that I'm renting. Like, you just, like, no. If I have to pay, bitch, I'm driving too. Like, if I'm not gonna be, I don't have to pay nobody's, like, rent if I'm not living with them. Like, I'm only worried about myself and my home, my rent. Fuck that. A bitch wanna be stank and don't let me see my kids, don't let me be a father to my kids. I shouldn't be paying child support. That's all the reason why I was ever trying to get off of child support.